Hello, YouTube viewers, and welcome back to Therapeutic Tuesdays. I am Movement Mike Nimchek, and today I wanted to discuss with you something that has been brought to my attention, or that I have kind of noticed in the people around me. It's pretty consistent, and that is lower back pain. A lot of times lower back pain can be caused from stress. It can be induced by stress, the tightening up of that low back. I know when I personally get stressed out or freaked out to a certain degree, my low back, I'll kind of feel it tense up, and there'll be, a little bit of pain there. So the first thing, if that seems to be what has happened to you, and you've had something happen where your stress levels went right to the roof relatively quickly, is to come back to your breath, become more aware of your breathing, slow it down, lengthen it, try to breathe in through your nose, and if possible also breathing out through your nose. Try to create that inner seal of breath in and out through your nose. So that's the first thing. Try to calm down the stress levels and get yourself back to like a baseline so that your cortisol stress hormones aren't shooting through the roof, and see if that helps. Another part of it, and what I'm going to show you today, are a series of different exercises that you can try, and I would do these for about a week or two consistently, and that means doing it every day. It's not going to take you that long. I imagine it would be about, 5 minutes to do all of these, and hopefully this will help you. So let's go ahead and get right. The first exercise that you can try is the child's pose. And so the way you're going to get into this child's pose is that you're going to come onto your knees, and you want to bring your toes together, but you want your knees splayed apart, right? So toes together, knees are apart, so you can fit your torso in between your knees and get deeper onto the floor. You're sitting on your heels, or as close to your heels as you can get. You're outstretching your arms here, getting a nice big long stretch in your side body, right? And here, right below the rib cage, into your obliques a little bit. Resting your forehead onto the mat. And you can do this for about 20 breaths, or maybe about a minute. If you really are getting comfortable and feeling this, you can do this for up to 2 minutes, and that would be fantastic. After 2 minutes, though, I feel like you're kind of you're not getting as much out of it. So about at least 20 breaths, at most 2 minutes. The next thing that you can do, and this is one that I really enjoy, and I try to do every morning in bed when I wake up, just to kind of get the cobwebs out of my muscles and tendons, which is a kind of a real thing, kind of breaking out the cobwebs and the stickiness that your muscles and tendons tend to do when you are sleeping, when you're at rest. So, coming down onto the floor here, you're going to have your arms out to the sides. You want your palms facing up on the floor. Both legs are going to be out in front of you. You want your core pulled in, so you have the rotation is going to be in your back, and you're not going to twist your low back out of shape here. So you're going to bring one leg up, and you're going to cross this leg over your body, right? So this is my left leg, and it's crossing over to my right side. And the idea here, when you cross this leg over, is to try to get it reach far over, and then try to kick your toes up towards your hand as far up as you can. So you're getting a great stretch up the back of your leg, and then on the side of this leg here in the hip, and hitting a little bit in the glutes. And this one is really, really good for sciatic pain as well. I know one of my first videos ever, and I'll try to remember to leave a link down below of this video, when I was still working at a gym and health and fitness spa center in Massachusetts, was a video on sciatic pain, and this one really does a good job with it. So you're kicking up, trying to cross over, and the important thing to remember is to try and keep the belly button pulled in, like I said when we started this exercise, but also keeping this shoulder down on the floor. So I would be looking this way at my hand over here, keeping this shoulder against the floor. Again, if you can, breathe in and out through your nose, at least breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, at the very least, for about 20 deep, long breaths, or up to 2 minutes. And then you would do the same thing on the other side. Again, you can flex the foot here, so toes, like you're going to flex the toes towards your knee, right? Pointing the heel forward. And that gives an extra really big stretch down the back of your leg, and I really enjoy that. Breathing through it, you can see how it looks on this side. A little shaking is okay, that's just that pent up energy leaving the body, so you can breathe through that, let it happen. After about 20 breaths or up to 2 minutes, you can finish with that. Now there's one alteration that you can make to this exercise, and that is when you cross your leg over, you can keep the knee bent and then pull that knee up. So now you're exclusively working on the butt and low back. So if you want to kind of like not pay so much attention to your hamstrings, or that's a little too much, then you can start with this. Again, you want to look the opposite way of the leg that's being stretched. So if my leg is turned over this way, I want to look away. And then, of course, the same thing. If this leg is being crossed over, look away so the shoulder stays down. All right. Now, another way that you can do this stretch, besides the first two, is an assisted one. And this one really kind of forces you to take it to your edge of stretch, where you are uncomfortable, you're at a place of discomfort, but you're not in pain. So you're kind of teetering on that fine line. You don't want to be in pain, but you do want to be uncomfortable, because that means that you are eliciting a change, a response in your body. So I have here the band that I use for stretching my legs and my shoulders. It's one of those thick resistance bands. And it's the exact same thing. You can hold it, you can cross it over your body here. Bring it out here. Make sure you can see this. So you can see how I can pull. So not only is this is a stretchy one. You can use a waist belt. You can use a yoga strap. I prefer to have this strong resistance, because it allows me to kind of relax into the position and move further into the stretch. It's just my personal preference, and it's something that I have right here in my little workout space. So with that being said, the next thing that you can do is a basic forward fold. So with this one, you can bend your knees first to prepare. Keep your feet about hip width apart, right? And you're going to hinge at your hips, sticking your butt back a little bit, keeping the belly button pulled in and the shoulder blades drawn back, and bring your forehead towards your shins. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to with this. And then work on straightening them. Again, trying to keep those shoulder blades squeezed behind you and down towards your hips. Or in this case, up, because you're inverted. And breathing through this. And this is exclusively in the back of the legs, the hamstrings. You can also do the banded stretch that I have in previous videos, and I'll try to put that down there, the banded hamstring stretch, which really helps loosen up the posterior or the back leg muscles. All right? So there you have it. That pretty much sums up the different exercises that you can try to loosen up your lower back if it's giving you issues. If these don't help you within 2 weeks, I would strongly consider seeing what may be a more deeper root issue. It may be adrenal fatigue. You may have a lot of inflammation, which I believe may be an issue for a lot of people. You may have a lot of inflammation in the low back. So trying to cut out inflammatory-based foods. I personally have experienced that sugar, wheat, and corn are three big ones that tend to inflame my body. Unfortunately, I can't have delicious beers anymore because I wake up not only feeling super sick, not hungover, but just generally digestively super sick, but also very inflamed, especially in my fingers and in my face. I feel very like I have a lot of fluid retention and puffiness in my joints and my fingers, and then my face is all swollen up. These are things that I have noticed also with eating a fair amount of wheat, sugar, corn, and of course white flour. So just try these exercises first, and if these aren't and if you're still not seeing results, if you're still not getting, this pain isn't starting to subside and go away, then I would look at your diet, what you're eating, and see if that makes any difference for you. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you would like, please get in touch with me. Let me know what's going on. What would you like to see? You can message me or leave a comment in any one of my social media outlets that I use. I leave the links all down below. You can leave a comment here on the YouTube channel. I'm pretty responsive on the Facebook messaging system. That seems to be a popular one. And that is all for today. Until next time, keep going and keep growing. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually stronger. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.